Greetings. If all goes according to plan, this video will be uploaded on my birthday. And as a little birthday gift to myself, I just decided to make a video I've always wanted to make. Rewriting the Survivor notebook from the first Dead Rising. The notebook feature is something I've always liked in these games, having a way to track the characters you meet and find across multiple playthroughs. But the descriptions never went as hard as I would have liked, although Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record came close. I'll also be adding 2 extra survivors already in the game to the notebook to bring it to an even 80 entries. There won't be any more voiceover until the end of the video. So for now, just sit back and enjoy. Now, why did I only make notebook entries for Sid and Madonna, and not the other characters? Well, quite a few of them have unused notebook pictures. I'll be posting what I think the original notebook entries would have been if they were in the notebook, as well as my hypothetical replacement for them on screen. And starting things off is Frank West himself. Out of all the unused notebook pictures, his is technically not unused. It's still in the game, but it's used for the status page. This is also why he's likely not in the notebook properly. Does he really need to be if he has his own page devoted to his stats? There is one other place you can find Frank's notebook picture, the physical instruction booklet, along with several other unused notebook pictures. The first two would be Connie and Dakota, the mother and daughter from the game's hidden opening. This would imply that they were at some point meant to be in the mall proper. They, along with Sid and Madonna, have notebook pictures but no proper surnames. Madonna's a dog, so she has an excuse. But this likely means that the other three were never meant to appear outside of cutscenes, given that gameplay survivors need to have their first and last names flash on screen for when they're killed or recruited. This makes the other three unused notebook pictures in the manual, the convicts, very interesting. Thanks to looking through the game's files, we know that they did have last names, and they were likely meant to be a one-time boss spawn, especially since they don't respawn in Shop Till You Drop. As to why they don't respawn, and why they were cut from the notebook, I think it's just because they weren't sure how to handle killing them, or more accurately, only taking some, but not all three of them out. Let's say you decide to use a sniper rifle to take out the two drivers, Sam and Miguel, but you leave Reginald alive. He only starts shooting at you if you get too close, so it makes it much safer to save Sophie, as long as neither of you get close to him. But what happens when you return later? Does the game just unkill Sam and Miguel and update the notebook accordingly, so they can chase you again? Or does it keep them dead, but leave Reginald unable to move and effectively harmless? Or, depending on where he spawns, completely unavoidable? The game fixed this issue by turning them into generic enemies, like the Special Forces or the Cultists. So technically, Sam, Miguel, and Reginald are cut characters, with their models, dialogue, and cutscene being used for the respawning prisoners. Finally, there's Brock Mason, who also gets his full name from the game files. His notebook entry is only visible through the achievements. Technically, 3 zombies and a member of the Special Forces have notebook entries for the sake of the achievements, but I doubt they were ever meant to appear in it. As for why Brock isn't, it's likely because Overtime mode does not let you actually use the notebook unless you are continuing Overtime mode directly from 72-hour mode. And locking the achievement behind meeting everyone in the mall behind the one guy who wasn't in the mall until the 3rd day would have been kinda stupid. It also has the benefit of adding some suspense to Brock's appearance. You can immediately tell that he's head of this operation, but until you meet him face to face, there's no indication he's anything more than that. With that housekeeping out of the way, I want to clarify that this is not me trying to go for weekly uploads. In fact, the reason I don't actually have a Patreon is because I don't upload often enough to justify one right now. I just happen to have had a lot of quicker ideas for videos that just so happen to not need a lot of time to make. And I also wanted to make up for being gone for 3 months straight. The next video I have planned isn't that complicated either, and I already have all the footage I need for it, so it may not be too long before my next upload. But I am taking a short break from editing after this video's upload, so expect the next video to take more than a week to come out.
Perfect.